Hai semua, bersama saya lagi Aiman untuk sesi Biochat hari ini. Hari ini saya tak bersorangan. Saya ditemani oleh Mr. Marcus dari Mylk Sdn Bhd. Hai Mr. Marcus.
Hello, this is Marcus from Mylk Sdn Bhd. So we are a contract manufacturing based in Auckland, Pulau Indah.
Okay, thank you so much. So maybe we can start with the basic one. You can introduce what is Mylk actually, the objective, maybe what are you guys trying to achieve by starting Mylk?
Yep. Actually, the whole concept, the whole project started in back in 2021, which a very small dreams, small objective and philosophy. Because we realized that in Malaysia, the innovations in food and beverages has been slowed down, especially for these few years, over the past 5 years. So a lot of our expertise flow out from Malaysia to the neighbor country. So, and also one thing, we noticed that plant-based is actually the new trend. And also it will be there in the market, not only a short while, not only a hype, but forever. So with these two, philosophy, then we think that it's time for us to build a base in Malaysia. So first thing, to bridge the gap in the markets. Second, how can we make Malaysia as a manufacturing hub in Southeast Asia, especially plant-based? So we know that Southeast Asia in macroeconomy is a relatively stable economy. So a lot of new brands are trying to penetrate into Malaysia and also the Southeast Asia country. So rather than building facilities and building here, we can actually act as a partners, a manufacturing partners. So from there, we know that our position is not only a contract manufacturing, but actually a manufacturing partners. So together, go back to what I highlighted earlier, how can we promote and also increase the awareness of innovations in food and beverages systems? So we have decided to build an innovation center in our facilities as well. So besides being a contract manufacturers, so we also have an innovation center houses for R&D lab, full skill, and also going to have ISO certified microbiology lab. We have a training center, we have a showroom, and most importantly, we're going to have a pilot plant. The pilot plant is exactly the same equipment as per our commercial, but in a smaller scale. Why is it important? Because you see, throughout the years, a lot of new brands fail. Not because of their strategy is not good, not because of their pricing is not good, not because of my market don't like, but there's a gap to be filled. You see, when we start to have a new product development, we will go through the lab skill. What we call is a kitchen prototype. So from kitchen prototype to commercial, you need to go through a pilot. So this pilot to ensure, to validate your recipe, to confirm your the taste, for sampling exhibitions, for distribution, and for market feedback. But a lot of them, they skip this part. Straight away from a kitchen sample, then bring to commercial. So what we want is, we want to become the catalyst or maybe incubators, not only for the new brand, but also legacy brand. Because legacy brand sometimes, always they will ask, what's next?
Betul.
Their existing product, their past product may be already very good, excel in the market, but what's next? So in order for them to move forward and make their brand's visibility bigger, so they need to have new product every few years. So our pilot plant and innovation center will be a very good platform for them. So in nutshell, Mylk trying to create an ecosystem. So from all the way from the farmers, manufacturing partners, university, and also government sites, make it together to mix all these innovations simple.
Okey, sangat menarik sebenarnya. Tapi saya betul-betul nak tahu kenapa kita kena pilih plant-based punya milk instead of the animal based. Ada beza ke dia orang punya maybe nutrition, rasa yang paling penting and harga lah kan semestinya.
It's a very good question. Thanks for the questions. So you see, a lot of people have a lot of doubt in plant-based. So I would say most of them arise from price. So if you realize 1 liter of milk price probably range between 6 to 8 ringgit. So some is import one, maybe range 9 and below 10 definitely. But for oat milk, rice milk, oat milks, no matter it's a local brands or imported brands, I would say majority range between 12 to 15. Some even 18 to 20 ringgit.
Sangat mahal.
Yeah. So I will not call this or make it this way. I will not call plant-based as an alternative milk. If let's say the end user or consumer need to price double, need to compromise on the price
Betul.
to enjoy plant-based. So the first thing we need to do is how can we stabilize the price? Do a correction on price to bring down. So in order to achieve that, we need to have a very stable supply chain system. In order to have a stable supply chain system, we need to have the base, which is the infrastructures. A lot of people might not, interested on infrastructure building. They are focused more towards brand. No right and wrong, but you see, brand is sexy, interesting, have a lot of stories. Infrastructure is bold, simple, only on machines, the land. But always, if you want to have a cheaper price, production price, the base have to be stable and ready. So we are the one who works behind the scene, including my team, to get this ready, so that the brand owners, whether it's a local brands, Malaysia brands, or the foreign brand, when it come into Southeast Asia, they can have hassle-free. They can promote their brand, produce in Malaysia, make in Malaysia, and ship to our nearby countries, or even to Saudi, even to Australia. So we are trying to use another way to promote made in Malaysia product, our halal systems, and also most important, to make sure the consumer have the choice to try on plant-based. And back to the question on nutrition value, people may criticize that plant-based product is the protein level is not as high as cow's milk. I will say yes and no. Maybe protein level not as high, but plant-based do have other benefits. Like we have fiber, like oats we have beta-glucans, and other minerals that perhaps milks don't have. And also one very important is most of the plant-based is free from cholesterol. Yeah. So the next question, can plant-based fortify with protein? The answer is yes. So there's a lot of high proteins ingredients for plant-based. For example, we have sunflower protein, we have rice protein, we have isolated soy protein, we have pea proteins. So we can use all these plant-based protein to fortify back to the base. We can choose from rice, we can choose from oats, pistachio, we have sesame, we are studying on pumpkin milk. The next maybe also durian seed milk. All this kind of range is a wide, we have a lot of choices and a lot of potential to unlock. So this is one of the strong reasons that make us to push us further. Because we know that the potential is huge for future.
Okay, understandable, sangat meyakinkan. Tapi yelah, macam mana pula dari segi cabaran? Mestilah kita akan banyak challenges kan untuk kita set up company yang macam ni. Correct. So maybe boleh share sikit?
There's always challenges lah along the journey, or whether it's from the cash flow, the financing, because we start everything from scratch. We buy a land, we start the constructions. It took us about 3 years time in total. So I would say yang paling difficult, most challenging will be the acceptance level. From the data we do see, in the whole world, plant-based is growing. So in some countries, even we can achieve double-digit CAGR in terms of growth, like Indonesia, all these countries. But in actual numbers, in the market share, it's still a bit slow. We'll be there one day. We strongly believe it's just a matter of time. So as an infrastructure builders, so what we need to do is be extra patient, more patient than the market. At the meantime, we have to make ourselves stable. That's why we built a very strong R&D team. So it consists of, we are targeted to achieve about 8 to 10 headcount in the R&D team as a contract manufacturers to get ready ourselves. One day, let's say, now the hype is oat. When oat become mature, what is next? So at least we are preparing now. So we know what is next. So when the brand owner come to us, they say, hey, let's try maybe rice milk. Let's try pumpkin milk. Let's try pistachio milk. So we will make sure the innovation keep going.
Sentiasa selangkah ke depan, betul?
Yeah, always have to do that.
So kita tahu Biomet pun one of our Bionexus company. Mungkin boleh share sikit macam mana cara Bioeconomy Corporation membantu dalam startup of Biomet?
Yeah. So I would say, just now I mentioned about ecosystem. So ecosystem not only external when we involve all our stakeholders in the platform, but also internally. So when we have bioeconomy as our partners, a very strategic partners. So in terms of all government relationship and also the strategy when we going to go exports to other countries, and also a lot of all these ideas we can through bioeconomy platform to have their advice and to consult them. And also we have a family, all this BioNexus stated company, so we can help each other, support each other. Yep. This is the main reason. I mean, we are very interested and very keen to become part of bioeconomy.
Great to hear, because kita punya dasar pun actually memang untuk support Malaysia punya bio-based industry.
Yep.
So before we finish this session, maybe you have another things or additional information you want to share with our viewers?
I would say, don't let innovation stops, especially in Malaysia. We have a lot of talents in Malaysia. So the government is pushing very hard, a lot of initiatives coming up. So don't let the initiative wasted. So we as manufacturers, as a businessman, what we can do is try to create, work together with all these government agencies and governments to promote on innovation, not only in food and beverages, maybe in other industry like tech industry. So who knows, one day we can combine tech industry with food manufacturing.
Betul.
So we have to start from the younger generation. That's why Pure Mylk, we have decided one of our main strategy is an open concept. We will be opening for all these students, whether it's a primary, secondary, universities, both private or the public sectors, to come and visit our plant. So the message to deliver is, we want people to understand how's the process of food and beverages, and from there they'll start to be curious on the system, on the technology.
Okay, thank you so much. So I believe that's it from us. Thank you so much, Mr. Marcus, for joining us today. We really
My pleasure.
appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.